My name is Oded Grajev. I am from Brazil. I would like to raise a polemic issue about the participation of business in the movement for Rio +20. It is a polemic, I know it, but I don't agree that business have the same participation of social movements in Cancun or Copenhagen. Business have much more participation because today who elect the majority of our governments are the business. When they put money in the elections, then we need to discuss why the governments don't respond to our demands, because they need to respond to the demands of the business who pay the elections. In Brazil, and I was involved, Lula, that you support, the majority of you, why he was elected? He was elected when I, me and other people opened the door for the worker party to the business sector. And when the business sectors began support Lula and gave money to his election, this was the moment where he was elected. He lost the election in '89, in '94, in '98, but he won in 2002. And Dilma Rousseff, who is now the president of Brazil, is elected because she received the support of a part of the business sector. In Brazil, a progressive business sector changed the mind of our government in Copenhagen because the government did not want to come to Copenhagen with objective to reduce emissions, but a big pressure with a small but powerful business sector made the Brazilian government change his mind. And Brazil went to Copenhagen with targets and approved in our Congress a new law for climate change. This is a new law for a new model of development. Then I would like to put on you this dilemma. We need radical social movements, but I think that if we want results, concrete results, not only speech, because if I come here and I say, we would like results immediately, you will applaud, everyone applaud, but the more difficult is to reach the results. Then I think, in our experience in Brazil, in my experience, that if we can have progressive business sector with us, pushed by radical social movements, it's okay. We can more quickly and easily reach results, as we made in Brazil. I know it's a polemic issue. I know it's difficult for us, but I would like to put you in this dilemma. In Rio +20, we will have progressive business sector against, in the opposite of the business sector that involved in the destruction of the planet. I think this is some alliance that can bring us with concrete results, because this sector have big influence on public policies. Thank you, Susan.
My name's Luca. I'm from the Italian for and I'll be as quick as possible. I just want to say something, if you allow me. I think that going to Rio in 2000, it's very important, but it's not enough. It's not enough for two main reasons. First of all, it is because how are we going there? All by plane, millions of people over there to reclaim social justice and environmental justice? And second thing is that I think that we should learn from our mistakes. We have been organizing counter summits for 10 years. We have been organizing summit against for 10 years, shouting out of their windows. And what did we obtain in Genoa? What did we obtain in Calcutta? What did we obtain in Cancun? Almost nothing. I think that we must be prepared, because for anyone who knows how international negotiation works, once in Rio, almost everything will be decided already. Decisions are taken before the meeting. So it is before that we must act if we want to have an influence over those decisions. That's why I think that we must try to influence as much as possible our governments and lobby against our governments before, trying to find a common platform before. And there is something concrete that I want to propose, because this was supposed to be a meeting for convergence and concrete issues, but I haven't seen much concrete so far. I think that we should find a concrete platform that everybody agrees with and try to influence all our governments to go into that meeting and support that platform. And if they won't do, we will try to make those governments fall. That's the only way to be effective, in my opinion. Thank you.
Okay, I would like to comment as one of the speakers also on the proposals. I think we should avoid that we try to create a structure and a text at the international level, because we will use a lot of time and we will create a structure which may not function, because we need a process that really mobilizes and really takes up the strong points of our common agenda. I think this agenda is formed here in this space and also in the space of the Assembly of the Social Movements. And I think the agenda is quite clear. And we should start to work on a mobilization in South Africa and in Brazil. And from the international level, we will add to that. We have our spaces to coordinate and to strengthen this process. And we should avoid at this moment to create another structure that would fulfill this role. And later in the process, we can still think about if it's necessary, but I think it's a bit too quick to do it in this assembly.
Thank you. Thanks very much. What we are doing as the proposals are being made, we're building, we're expanding the proposal, and we'll put it back to you for further discussion and elaboration.
Yeah, I would underline some of what Nico said. First of all, we are an informal group working to try to push. We are an informal group trying to push for support of small-scale ecological agriculture into the Rio agenda. We are groups from different organizations, but we also agree that we are not forming any new structure. And I think at this time it's important that we see that there are different organizations. We need to work together, we need to build strong alliances, but for the moment we also see that there are different positions. So I think we will not be able in the short term to build a common platform. We have to respect the independence of social movements and their role to play. We need to build unity, we need to support each other, but let's not waste time on to agree on everything. I was in New York at the intersessional meeting for the Rio Plus 20, and I was very disappointed. I was very disappointed by some of the other social, not movements, but NGOs present there, with very, very weak positions. So we have to see that not only us on the, working on this, and we will not be able to unite all civil society around the radical platform. We have to work together, but we have to respect the independence and especially the supported social movements. Thank you.
Greetings from Ecuador, South America. The only thing I want to say is really regarding to organizations as well, is that we really need
to listen directly to the people and the leaders of the organizations. I would like this to be put in the coordination agenda or whatever we're doing now. Please, we need the direct voice of the leaders of the organizations. Yes, this is very important, and not only for the national organizations, also for the base organizations, because this is the people that is really affected by everything that we are discussing here. So that's the only thing I want to say. Thank you very much.
Yes, I'm from Etc. Group. I'm from Canada, and I just wanted to speak a little bit of the conclusions we reached on the assembly we had this morning on Rio Plus 20, on technology and Rio Plus 20. What we've seen over the past 20 years is massive deployment of unsafe and unjust and harmful technologies that corporations have privately profited from. And what we're seeking partially in Rio is a halt to that kind of process. There'll be tremendous pressure to adopt resolutions that are favorable to technologies known as geoengineering. These are attempts to modify the climate through technological means, altering our oceans so that they can absorb more carbon dioxide, putting sulfates in the stratosphere to reflect the sunlight away, planting vast plantations of biochar in order to bury carbon dioxide. We need to make sure that the solutions that are adopted in Rio are not false solutions, that they're not technological solutions to what are fundamental social and environmental problems. And in that regard, one of the ideas we discussed this morning, and this would be on the inside strategy in collaboration with an outside mobilization, is to push our governments towards the negotiation of an international treaty for the evaluation of new technologies. So I'd just like to put that forward. There is no mechanism right now on the international level to stop the deployment of unsafe, unfair, and highly damaging technologies. And I'd just like to put that forward.
Thank you. My name is Marco. I am a member of the Grow Association. I would like to give you some information. With a network of Italian and international organizations, we are organizing the third international conference on economic degrowth and ecological sustainability in Venice, Italy, between the 19 and 23 of September of 2012.